Okay, this one's gonna be on Squid, and this is gonna be for Windows. So I'm gonna show you how to download it and how to set it up. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and download it. So go to squid.dildel.com, and I'll leave the description. So once you download it, basically just, if you see here, there's a Squid for Windows, and there's a download MSI. So just go ahead and get that. So once you have it downloaded onto your computer, the next thing would be to go ahead and run it, install it. So let's do that. Let's go to downloads, and let's go to Squid over here, and let's go ahead and install it. So this is very simple. Just accept, next, install, and that's pretty much it for the installation. The next part is going to be the post installation, as far as we're going to configure certain things. So I'm going to show you how to be able to change the port, because by default it's going to be 3128, so we're going to change it to something completely different. Also, I'm going to show you a couple other things, like how to set up custom ACLs, and a couple other things like setting up a default DNS or your preferred DNS, and setting up the cache. So I'm going to show you that as well. So hopefully this won't take too long. I am using VirtualBox, so it could be a little bit slower than usual. Okay, so here we go. As you see, you got a Squid terminal and you got the Squid server tray. So we're gonna be using both. Alright, so now that we're finished, let's just click on that. And okay, so as you see, this is the Squid server tray. You can leave it over here if you want, but it's also gonna be here by default. So if you click on it and you go ahead and go to, if you see start is not highlighted, so it's a grayish color, that means it's running. If I was to click on this, then it would, let me click on it. So as you see, so now it's, this one's on gray, so it means that it's stopped. So alright, so let's go to the configuration. So to do that, go to the open Squid configuration, very first one, and here we go. So the first thing we want to do is let me look at the notes over here. So let's go to the, let's create a backup. So let's do that. So to do that, let's go to, should be under computer C Squid, under what is it, under etc, and then Squid, and it's gonna be this one, Squid, and then conf file. So we're gonna create copy this. Oh, well, no, we don't need to. Let's see, paste. Okay, so we got this one called squid.copy, and that, just in case something goes wrong, we can always come back and use this one, but we're gonna be working on the original one. So the copy is basically just there for to be on the safe side if we have to go back and go back to the default settings. Okay, so the next thing, let's go back over here and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So let's first, let's go ahead and change the Squid default port. So by default, let me see, it should be 3128. So to be on the safe side, we're gonna give it a, we're gonna make it 11,110. So this way we're gonna be pretty safe. We don't have to worry about anybody guessing the port or trying to you know, just basically for best practice, this is what we're gonna use. So after that, we can go ahead and save it. And now to be able to use it, we're gonna go ahead and click on the system tray again. We're gonna go ahead and start Squid. So we're gonna click on yes, and now we go to the Firefox over here. And if we try to access the website, it should not allow us, or it might, depending on this. Let me see. Let me go to, what you want to do is you want to go to tools, options, depending on which Firefox you have. The most important thing is get to the network proxy and then settings. Okay, so in here I have port 8080, so it should not allow me to go to any websites. So we'll see what happens. As you see, connection failed. So now let's go back to options settings, and we're gonna change that to 11,010. So 11,110. Okay, and then we're gonna click OK. Now let's go back in. Let's go to any website really. Let's go to GitHub. Okay, so there we go. We're in GitHub, so everything's working, and you're running off the port. And by the way, this IP is just the if you need to figure it out, it's pretty simple. Go to your terminal or your command prompt and type in ipconfig and just go ahead and grab your IPv4 address. So that's pretty much it. Then after that, just copy that in here and give it the port that you set up. So that's it. Now we have it set up. What else can we do? Let's see. Let's look at the notes here. We're gonna create this one here. We don't have to worry about it on Windows. The HTTP access allow local net, because by default it's already set up to do that. So if you see here, allow local net, this is by default already uncommented. But if for some reason it's not, I mean yours is commented, just go ahead and uncomment that. So let's move on to the next one. So next we're gonna create a custom ACL to block websites. So we're gonna do that. And one thing we want to do over here is go to the we're gonna be working off of the, I want to say Squid, etc Squid. So yeah, right here we can just create a new file and make it a text document, and not rich text document, just a regular text document. Okay, and we're gonna call this one blocked sites. Okay, and in here we can go ahead and open it, and we're gonna go ahead and put some block sites that we don't want our browser to navigate to. So for that, we're gonna say www.facebook.com, www.yahoo.com, what's another, AOL.com, www. Let's see what else we can do, msn.com. So alright, so that's good enough. Now we just go ahead and save this. We can actually close this now, but we got to remember the name of it, which is block sites. Now let's go back to the proxy, to the squid.conf file, and we're gonna go ahead and create a custom ACL. So let's see where we can do that. So we're gonna go ahead and create it. So you would type in ACL and then the name of the file that we created. So ACL and then block website, or yeah, block websites, I think I called it. Let me go back and double check. Blocked sites actually. So very important, it has to match the name. So blocked, it'll say blocked or blocked. Okay, so blocked sites, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the DST domain. So DST domain, and then within single or double quotes, it don't matter, we're gonna give it the file name, but we're gonna give it a path, which let me see if I can go back over here. It's gonna be under, actually we don't have to give it a path, we just give it the name of the file, so which is block sites. So let's do that, block. Okay, and then after that we're gonna go ahead and do the HTTP access deny, and then we're gonna do HTTP underscore access deny, and then we're gonna do the name of this here, so blocked sites. Okay, and then just paste it, and that's it. So that's our custom ACL. So we're gonna go ahead and save it. Of course we have to restart, so we're gonna stop, and then we're gonna go back in, we're gonna start it. Okay, now let's try to go to the internet and let's try to go to Facebook, see what happens. So facebook.com. It should not allow that actually. Here we go, I finally found the fix for it. So make sure that is ACL block sites TST domain, and then we're gonna pass it in. Make sure that it has a .txt at the end, and make sure the path is there. So it would be etc squid block sites, and one thing we want to make sure over here under the block sites, we just put a dot and then like the name of the website. So anyways, if I go to the websites now, so let's go to yahoo.com. So if I type in yahoo.com, as you see, it's not letting me in. If I go to any other website like YouTube, for example, it'll let me go into that website. So there we go. Same thing for Facebook. If I want to go to Facebook, it's not gonna allow me to go in there. So there you go. Okay, so that's how you set up the custom ACL to block websites. So you can add as many as you want in here. So okay, so let's move on. The next one would be to allow cache. So we want to go ahead and allow cache. So to do that, let's let me close this up over here, and let's go over here, and you should already have a section somewhere where it's okay, this one right here. So if you see where it says uncomment the line below disk caching, so all you gotta do is just go ahead and copy this here and then paste it here, and we're gonna just change it to do bar squid cache, and then we're gonna change, like this one is what, 3000, so I think it's 3 GB. I'm not sure if I have let me see how much disk space I have. So you got to keep that in mind. You don't want to give too much if you don't have so let's go to computer, and okay, so I got plenty right now, so yeah, we can give 3 GB, no problem. So but make sure you check before you give. You can give as much as you want, but you got to make sure that you have enough space reserved, like, you know, for other stuff. So alright, so let's come over here and make sure that cache dir bar squid cache. So let's make sure that that's the correct path. So to do that, let's go to bar cache and then squid. So let's change that. So bar, oh no, it's correct, bar cache squid. Okay, or where are we at? No, it's actually here, bar cache. So is this one here, so we're gonna do bar cache and then squid. Okay, this is the core dump directory. Okay, so let's make sure we change it to bar cache squid, and let me go back in here, and then we're gonna do squid one more time, which for some reason it already has it. I guess it saved it from last time that I did it. I hadn't installed it. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So make sure that we go back over here, so we type in bar cache squid, make sure that that's correct. So bar cache squid. Okay, so that's it. So we're in here. So once you've done that, you can go ahead and save this, and what you want to do is you want to go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and stop this here, and then you can start squid, but you want to go ahead and to allow this to happen. So let me see if I'm gonna try to delete all this because I want to redo it. So hopefully it's gonna allow me to delete all this. Okay, alright, so now it's empty. So we're gonna go ahead and use this what do you call it, this Squid terminal in here, and make sure we run it administrator, so we're gonna do yes, and then in here we're gonna type in squid dash C. Okay, so if it's says already running, so maybe we have to stop it over here. Okay, so let's stop it. Okay, let's try it one more time, see what happens, and let's go back over here. So there you go. As you see, it appeared. So all this stuff. So now that you see all this, we can go ahead and start Squid. Okay, so there we go. We're good now. So we got the cache ready. Let's move on. So one thing we can do is we can type of cache files allowed, so we can go ahead and mess with that. So let's close this up and let's go back here, and under the patterns over here at the bottom, we can go ahead and copy this here and just throw it here at the top and paste it in there, and we'll leave all this by default, but we're gonna go ahead and change this here to a dot and then a asterisk or star, and then this deal here, and then a star, and then within this deal here, let me see what the actual one is. We're gonna do all these here, so we're gonna do JPG, and then make sure you put a pipe symbol there, and then JPG. We can do we can do PNG, we can do PDF, we can do, what's another one, zip, we can also do FLB, we'll do the what else, let's see, FLB, MP4, and we'll do WebM, and actually we'll even do MP3 while we're at it, and that's it. So just make sure that it's matching. So I don't think we require this here too, but let me double check. So let's go to, I'm gonna CD into the, okay, so no, that's not required. So okay, so let's remove this colon from there, and that's it. So basically you put, let me I don't think it's two asterisks, actually it's supposed to be a dot over here, so it's dot asterisk and then this deal here and then a dot, and then within this deal we're gonna put the type of files that we want to cache. So then after that you just save it, and of course one thing I would recommend, anytime you make changes, stop it and then start it and test it out, make sure that it's running. So there we go. And one easy way is we can go to the terminal and then do the squid, and then we'll just do -F, and it's gonna give us a lot of different commands here that we can use. So we want to see what let's see, -K, we can do a check. Let's do that. Let's do squid -K, and then we'll do check and see what happens. Looks like nothing happened actually. Okay, we'll just go ahead and check out the browser. Anything goes wrong, then we won't be able to browse online. So as you see, everything is working, so we're good. Okay, so alright, so let's go ahead and give some extra RAM to the what do you call it, to the squid manager, to the squid conf. So we're gonna do cache memory. So to do that, let's I'm gonna go ahead and make this smaller. I don't want to keep going back and forth with the nodes. So let's do that. Let's open up the configuration over here, and we're gonna go look for the, so we'll do a control F over here and see if we can locate if there's this already entered somewhere. If not, we're gonna enter it. So nothing can be found, so let's go ahead and cancel this, and let's go to the okay, let's throw it somewhere over here at the bottom. Okay, we'll go ahead and write cache and then underscore memory MEM. We're gonna give it 1024. The pin, you gotta make sure that you have enough though. So this would be 1 gig of RAM. So if you don't have that much to spare, then don't give that much. Only give whatever you can spare. So I'm gonna put a note here, a comment. So okay, we're gonna go ahead and save it, and we're gonna go ahead and launch the or stop and start the Squid server. So we're gonna stop it, and then we're gonna go ahead and start it one more time. Okay, and we're gonna go back and see if everything's still working. And everything's working, so we're good. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. So we can set a minimum and a maximum file size. So this is supposed to be a good practice, so let's do that. Let's go back to the conf file over here, and we're gonna set that. So we can just do it at the end over here, and we're gonna set the min and max file size. Okay, and just to make sure we don't have it, we can type in minimum, see if anything comes up. So nothing comes up. Okay, so in here we can go ahead and type in minimum and then underscore object underscore size, and then we're gonna just give it 0 KB, so that means 0 kilobytes. So basically you can't go below, well, you can go in bytes I guess, but anyways, that's kilobytes, so that's what we're setting. Okay, then we'll set the maximum, which is maximum, and then underscore object size, and then we'll set a maximum size, and we'll do 120 GBs. So that should be good there, or not GBs, I'm sorry. Wow, that's a lot. 120 MBs. Okay, we have already changed the default port settings, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's see what else. Oh, let's go ahead and save it and test it out, make sure that it's working. So stop Squid and then start. Okay, and let's go in here and let's just refresh this. So as you see, it's working, no problem. So if we go to this, it's of course still refusing, but if we go to GitHub again, it should allow us in there. So there we go. All right, back to the conf file. Let's check on the DNS settings. So if you see, these are the DNS settings here, so we'll just comment over here and say DNS settings. And DNS servers by default is grabbing 8.8 and then 2.867. So I actually prefer, let me go ahead and cut this out. Even though Google's supposed to be a little bit faster, I prefer OpenDNS, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we'll create another one here, and this is gonna be for the Google one. So you can do 2 at a time. You can have actually the faster one is 8.4.4, so we'll set that one up, and then this one is the fast one for OpenDNS. So you can comment over here, so like OpenDNS if you want, and we'll say rural DNS. There we go. So we have the DNS settings ready. So if you want to test out, make sure that everything's still good, you can again just stop the Squid server and we can go ahead and launch it again. Start, yes, and then go back to the browser and just go to any website. So there we go, it's working. Things that I noticed that are not working on Windows, maybe I'm putting them in the wrong spot, I don't know, but the skip host file system check and the set host name are not cooperating. So anyways, after that you can set a UID if you want. However, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up. These are a little bit more advanced, but really they're not that special. They don't really do too much, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So that's pretty much it. Now you should have a working Squid server, and it's able to cache, and it's able to use a DNS that you want. So anyways, that's pretty much it for now. Bye.